To the surprise of absolutely everyone, Behavior actually decided to buff the unknown in their newest dev update, which is crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie, to many of you, you might have noticed there's been a lot of people tweeting about how miserable the unknown is to play. Competitive players have taken to calling unknown the harmless. So there's a bit of a community misrepresentation of the unknown. A lot of players think that the current version is powerful, and many would place them in A tier, where a lot of the players who have actually put in more time and are better at Survivor in particular, they kind of realize how easy it is to counter unknown. Now, Behavior have basically directly addressed many of the pain points that I and other people have mentioned with this dev update. I'm going to mostly talk about the unknown here. Let's be serious. If you're here, you know me because of unknown. If you're not here because you don't know me for unknown, then hi, I play the unknown. So yeah, what have Behavior done to the unknown? And what do I think about it? Let's find out. So the very first thing they did is they increased the additional time added to the weakened state when a survivor is injured by a UVX projectile. Now, I want people to recognize here where it says when injured. This tagline is actually pretty important. And this might actually, if Behavior did state it this way on purpose, this still will make unknown have a little bit less time when you originally weaken a survivor. Now, it really depends on how Behavior does this. What I think this is to those who don't know, right now, when you refresh a weakened survivor by injuring them, like it refreshes their weekend. Well, it actually doesn't. It gives about, I think it's 5 seconds. I'm sorry, I am very scatterbrained. I've been so excited, I can't tell you right now. I think it's 5 seconds. Either way, the point is, if your weekend bar is, let's say, at 10%, if you hit a survivor to injure them, it won't fully refill their weekend bar. It won't fully refill it. So what I think this change does is it fully refills it. That's what it looks like to me, at least. I would love for some clarification here. Yeah. All right, next, they increase the movement speed recovery after teleporting. Again, we got base kit blurry photo twice in a row, which is actually hilarious. Now, they did make some compensations to other add-ons, and I'm guessing blurry photo is going to be getting a full rework, but I'm not too sure about that. Great, we can teleport faster. Personally, I don't really care about that. I never even use blurry photo, so cool, I'm happy about that. All right, here's the big change, and this change is huge, but it's also a double-edged sword. So Behavior have increased the camera vertical range for the unknown. So you can aim higher now. If you've ever played Springtrap, you would notice how he can aim all the way up and he can hit survivors with the axe on the other side of a wall. Now, I don't know if unknown will be able to do that based on this little clip they showed, but like this is already a lot higher. You can see it arcing in a very different way. I'm gonna presume it hits around where the cars are. A little car loop in the corner, maybe a little bit closer to the middle, but you know what I mean. This is interesting. And the reason why this is a double-edged sword is that to a lot of people playing the unknown, especially to people who may only play the unknown a little bit, the orbital range, as in the camera movement that you move the camera up to hit an orbital, is very, very specific. And by specific, I mean that the camera is just hard locked. So if you want to hit an orbital, you can only hit up that high. So it's really easy to hit orbitals because you just move your camera up to where it locks and you know how far it's going to hit. That's why it's muscle memory for a lot of people. Now, while increasing the camera radius is huge and it's a great change, the point I'm trying to mention here about this being a double-edged sword is that to a lot of people, their muscle memory of where you aim to hit orbitals, well, that's going to take a little bit of time to adjust and get used to. So I do want to warn people about that. But other than that, I love this. There's so many cases, like once I was in the basement stairs and there was someone on the other side of Shack through a wall and I really wanted to hit them, but I just can't look up. So I just can't hit them. There's so many cases like this. There's a lot of maps with really insane verticality where you just can't look all the way up and hit people or hit walls or whatever. This is huge. Like, I'm serious. This is the biggest change. The vertical range, it seems small in hindsight, but this is huge. This is like one of the biggest things I've always asked for. Now, does this mean you'll be able to look further down and like counter the people running into you? I'm not too sure about that. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. And finally, they adjusted several add-ons. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you've ever seen any of the time I play Unknown, I'm mostly running the same add-ons because most of them just do very, very little. And I would love for a lot of them to do more. Right now, a lot of the add-ons are very much, you don't see the potential or you don't see what you get out of these add-ons. So I'd really hope that we get some unique add-ons. I want to specifically like talk about a specific one that I think needs to get completely reworked. And I'm talking about Slash Backpack here. To a lot of people, this add-on seems good on paper because what it does is it lets you reset your hallucinations by shooting a UVX blast on it and destroying it. What this does is it basically gives you another hallucination to replace it and put it somewhere else. On paper, this sounds like a really interesting gimmick add-on that would give you some really interesting gameplay of how you want to go around it and place your hallucinations. However, when you actually do the math and think about it, what this does is it basically resets your hallucination meter. So if you are already very close to spawning another hallucination, you just reset that whole progress you waited. So what this does is you literally get less. You literally get less hallucinations. Like, what is this? Okay, thank you. Why? I don't know why anyone uses this add-on. It's not very good. Hopefully that gets changed. Please. Thank you. And they're also very obviously changing blurry photo because they increased the teleport thing. That's also great. I hope blurry photo gets a whole rework. I'm not gonna lie, I've never liked the add-on. It's good. It's good. It's great. It's good at what it does, but personally, I don't even think it's worth running. I've never thought it was worth running. I don't think I've ever ran it more than like when I first started playing Unknown. So I don't know. For the most part, what I'll say is with these add-on changes, I hope we get a lot of really unique ones. Springtrap has a lot of unique ones, I'm not gonna lie. So I hope that we get a lot of really unique ones. And I hope these add-ons have visible changes is probably a good way to put it, because a lot of them are kind of just status effects. There's a lot of great ones too already now. It's just like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm very excited. If we get really bad changes, which I doubt we will, but if we get really bad add-on changes, I'll talk about it when I actually see it. Right now, we don't know. They're changing Unknown, and I'm going to be honest, I'm excited, which is great, because last time Unknown got changes, I wasn't excited. And honestly, even though most of it got reverted, it was just, it felt bad to be criticizing behavior. But it really feels like to me here, they're actually listening. There's been a lot, and I'm talking a lot of people talking about how painful Unknown is to play as. It doesn't matter your skill level, you could be new to the game, or you could be one of the best Unknown players. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's literally like gambling. Someone told me it was like gambling. All right, so I'm very excited for this update. I'm going to talk about it when I get home next week. I'm going out of state for a bit. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. For the rest of the update, it's very controversial for the rest of the community. I'm going to be honest. I'm probably not the right person to talk about it because I haven't really read it. I haven't really read most of it. It's primarily the Unknown stuff that I've been like super excited about. I don't know. I guess I'll ask you, what do you think? Because personally, I don't know how I feel yet. We're going to try it. I'll try it when it comes out if I get time to. And yeah, that's it.